Joining me now is House Minority Leader Lucetta Elmer and Senate Minority Leader Bruce Starr. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be here.
Thank you.
What are Republicans' priorities heading into this short session?
Well, I think our priorities are standing up for Oregon taxpayers. We've done that, demonstrated that Republicans have taxpayers back. And when you look at the referendum that just turned in 250,000 signatures in less than 38 days, those are the things that are important. Republicans are going to stand up for Oregonians.
Yeah, and I would just add, we have that large conversation to tackle during this short session. We also have a balance or a budget to balance. Those are going to be our top of mind issues. We only have 35 days, so this is a sprint, and we don't have a lot of time to take on, large new items.
How would each of you like to see the legislature pull ODOT out of its current funding hole?
Well, I would suggest that there's existing resources in state government right now to fund the core services of the Department of Transportation. That's a reality. That's a fact. There's a lot of money in state government, and it does take a change in the law. We'll have to modify statute in order to move money from things that are less important to things that are more important. I'm hopeful that process will be one where Republicans and Democrats work together to fill the budget hole. The budget that was passed at the end of the regular session is not balanced. That is one thing that we have to do coming into this short session. And I'm hopeful that it's a process that the majority will work with the minority, unlike what happened during the special session.
Yeah, and I would just add, I don't see a path forward unless we can look at the overall budget, which, like Senator Starr said, would require us to pass some new laws. But we need to look at all of that. Money isn't, we've said this so many times, money isn't the problem here. The priorities are the problem. But this can be balanced. We just need to have all tools on the table.
Democratic lawmakers are planning on proposing several bills to increase protections for immigrants. Do Republicans plan to introduce any legislation tied to immigration or immigration enforcement?
I don't think I have anything coming through in my caucus that's looking at that. Senator Starr, do you?
Yeah, I don't believe any of the Senate Republicans are introducing legislation around immigration, immigrant status. I would suggest that as you look at that issue broadly, sanctuary state status and sanctuary city status does have consequences, and you're seeing that play out in our communities on a day in and day out basis.
Democratic lawmakers will introduce several bills to support Governor Kotek's executive orders on clean energy projects. What are Republicans' thoughts on the order, and are there plans to fight against those orders?
Again, I think Republicans will stand squarely with Oregonians, and Oregon voters will have their back. The environmental agenda of the governor and the supermajority in this building cost Oregonians a lot of money. And right now you're looking at affordability, and that's something that is top of mind, I think, with most folks. And yet the majority is going to move policy that's going to cost Oregonians a lot of money with zero impact on the environment. It's not good policy.
Yeah, I can't add much more there than to say he's absolutely right. Affordability is top of mind. When I'm out talking with constituents across the state, that is what we hear constantly. It is too expensive to live here. Yet we still have executive orders and we still have policy that's being passed that is certainly not making it any easier. And so I really think that the governing party has to listen to Oregonians and understand that they're screaming, it is too expensive, and we need to address it.
President Trump's tax cut and spending bill is expected to cost the state of Oregon about $900 million in tax revenue. Some Democrats are working on a proposal to break from federal tax code to recover that money. How do Republicans plan to bridge that hole in the budget that you both have mentioned?
Yeah, it's not that, those dollars wouldn't be here. Those dollars are still here. The taxpayers actually just get to keep them and invest them back into our economy to make a stronger economy. And I firmly believe that people investing in the economy, creating businesses, creating jobs is the best way to build an economy. The government doesn't have to grow and take all of those dollars to ensure a strong economy.
Yeah, and again, I'll just go to the affordability. I mean, the Representative Elmer's correct. Those dollars will stay in Oregonians' pockets, so they can spend them rather than come to state government. Small businesses will create jobs. So you look at the governor's drive on economic development, an election year enlightenment, where all of a sudden she recognized, oh my goodness, our economy's in the tank. Maybe I should start talking about prosperity. Well, what they're talking about doing there and disconnecting from the federal bill is the antithesis of that. So if they're serious about growing jobs and creating more opportunity for Oregonians, they would not disconnect from the federal bill. They would embrace it.
Democratic leaders told us they have a commitment that Republicans will be involved in those budget discussions. Do either of you have optimism that will be the case?
You know, we're involved in discussions, but I do not believe that transparency is completely there. And I do not think that all tools are on the table. I am always standing ready to work across the aisle and to tackle these issues that come up with real solutions. But we do need to be honest about it. We do need to be transparent and have conversations that truly can move the dial.
Yeah, and I would just say I'm hopeful that Republicans and Democrats actually do work together. It does require both sides of the equation to agree to collaborate. We'll see if that actually occurs or not.
All right, final question. If you both could just choose one, what's your absolute #1 priority heading into the legislative session?
My sense is that we should do no harm, and that's the goal. And again, some of the things that the majority are proposing, I think, are harmful to Oregonians. Republicans will stand up and have Oregon taxpayers back. We've demonstrated that over the last few months. Those are the things that Republicans are going to stand for: fight against the government overreach. Look for ways to actually reduce taxes and reduce regulations. If there's opportunities to do that across the aisle, you'll find Republicans are willing to partner with our Democratic colleagues and get that done.
Yeah, and so I don't want to take any of your answer. Those were great answers. And so I guess to add to that, I would say that 250,000 Oregonians signed a petition to get the referendum on the ballot, and I don't want to take that away from them. I absolutely think that Oregon deserves a chance to vote.
Senate Minority Leader Bruce Starr, House Minority Leader Lucetta Elmer, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.